when you're charging something that fast, everything heats up more and it
Yep.
can heat up significantly to dangerous levels. Companies in the West fear the legal liability of doing something like that, so they're going to proceed very cautiously before they make that commitment to go to that high of a charging rate.
Well, there's a Chinese phone company called Honor, and they have a product called the Magic 4 Pro. They state that it charges at 100 watts, which is, a lot of power for a handheld device. My question to you, is this something like amazing and game-changing fundamentally? Is this marketing, gimmick, or is it something in between?
I don't think it's a gimmick at all. I think they're really doing it. This is the continuing trend you see from the top tier Chinese phone makers, where they're in a battle for supremacy in both wired and wireless charging rates.
Yep.
And they're pushing for the limits. They're pushing to be the supreme. And right now, the Honor Magic 4 Pro has taken that title at 100 watts.
Yeah, it is fast charging for a phone. Talk about a little bit the trade-offs of like, what do you get with 100-watt charging, but also what does it cost?
Well, the benefit's obvious that you can put it on the wireless charger and it can charge you 100% in 30 minutes, 50% in 15 minutes. So, and you're talking about a 4,600 milliamp hour battery. So it's
a big battery.
a pretty big battery. So, I think for most users, they usually wind up charging their smartphone overnight and they don't use it that often. But I think we've all been in a situation where every once in a while you're on a go and you don't realize that your phone was run down, and to have something like that could be really convenient.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're in a pinch and you need to charge fast, it's nice to have 100 watts of power. But again, on the cost side, like the trade-off, if it's possible, which it is possible, why don't more companies do it? Why doesn't everyone do 100 watts?
I think there's still a lot of concerns about what fast charging at those rates actually does to a battery. There's some thermal considerations. When you're charging something that fast, everything heats up more and it can heat up significantly. So that's a concern. There's also a concern when you're transferring that much energy over the air, over even the small space inductively, that there's a potential for heating up metallic objects that are close by to dangerous levels. And I think a lot of companies in the West fear the legal liability of doing something like that, so they're going to proceed very cautiously before they make that commitment to go to that high of a charging rate.
Right. So legal liability is a little bit different probably in the U.S. and Europe. And in this case, I think one of the things we've talked about before is we recognize that there's a trend amongst China phone OEMs towards faster charging. Honor has now taken the top honor in terms of being the fastest phone charger, and it's pretty cool technology, and it's exciting to see new boundaries being pushed.